Up to yesterday, we had discussed about some questions. Now we'll deal with the questions which are given in the textbook. Textbook questions. If you want, open the textbook, you can see the first question. What is the kind of pain or ache that the poet feels? So the answer to that question is given here. We'll just discuss it. When the poet sees the corpse-like face of her mother, there is a situation. Her old familiar pain returns. Perhaps she has entertained this fear since her childhood. So, what is her fear? It is underlined. Time and aging spare no one. Her childhood fear is time and aging spare none. Time and aging have not spared them too. With this aging, separation and death become unavoidable. So there are two key points are there in this answer. The first key point is time and aging spare none. The second key point is with this aging, separation and death become unavoidable. I think it is clear. So what is the kind of pain and ache that the poet feels, which means that from the childhood onwards, the poet was entertaining in her mind the fear of separation, fear of death. See the second question. Why are the young trees described as sprinting? See the answer. The poet is driving to the airport. That is the situation only. When she looks outside, the young tree seems to be walking past them. With the speed of the car, they seem to be racing fast or sprinting. So the real answer to this question, when we are traveling in a moving vehicle, we find that with the increasing of the speed, the trees outside appears to be sprinting. The poet presents a contrast to her dozing old mother and the sprinting young tree. So there is a contrast used here. This is a poetic device. A contrast used here. Inside the scene is contrasted. Contrasted means opposite. Not exactly comparison, but comparison as well as the qualities are totally different. So here, why are the young trees described as sprinting? Because the poet is traveling in a car. While looking outside, the trees appears to be sprinting fast. This is the second question. Third one. Why has the poet brought in the image of the merry children spilling out of their homes? Why poet has used this particular image? That means merry children spilling out of their homes. It is also an image. Image means imagery. Imagery means mental picture. What is a mental picture? When you read this line, we are able to see in our mind's eye that children are running out of their home. Children run out of their home. So we are able to see a mental picture. Why the poet has used this imagery or this image? In order to contrast and enhance the poetic effect. Poet wanted to contrast and enhance the poetic effect. Poetinte effect കൂട്ടാൻ വേണ്ടി. The mother is dozing situation. Her ashen face looks lifeless and pale like a corpse. She is an image of aging and passivity. On the other hand, the children are gay and happy and moving out of their homes in large numbers. Here is an image of happiness and spontaneous overflow of life. So the answer, if you say in one sentence, normally children move in large numbers. The poet has used this image in order to contrast the scene inside with the happy scene outside. What is a happy scene? The children moving in happiness and spontaneous overflow of life. So it is in order to give a contrast and poetic effect. What is the contrast? Contrasting with the dozing mother and the children spilling out of their homes. The scene outside is contrasted with the scene inside. Why has the mother been compared to the late wind's moon? Next question is, why has the mother been compared to the late wind's moon? The reason, this comparison here is a simile. This is the second simile used in the poem. This comparison used here is apt and effective. It is very correct and very useful and very effective. The poet's mother is at 66. She has shrunk to an ashen face resembling a corpse. She has shrunk means a chukkichuliya. To a ashen face resembling a corpse. That is actually explanation about the first simile. She has lost her shine and strength of her youth. Now coming to the present simile. She has lost her shine and strength of the youth, like that of the late winter's moon, looks hazy, obscure, lacking shine and strength. So, how does the late winter's moon appear? It appears to be hazy. Hazy means not clear, obscure, not very evident, lacking shine. Talakamilla, arugyamilla. In the same way, mother also has lost her shining. When in her youth, definitely she was a beautiful woman or a girl. But now what happens? She has lost her shine and her strength. So this comparison has been brought out. That means there are more than one elements are same. And that is why they have used simile. Hence a comparison is quite natural and appropriate. Therefore, this comparison is very appropriate. What do the parting words of the poet and her smile signify? The last question in the text is this. The old familiar ache or fear of the childhood provides a stark contrast to the parting words of assurance and her smiles. Means in her mind, she has got the fear of separation. But what she shows outside, she says that see you amma, and again she smiled. It is again contrasting. Means the thought in the mind is contrasted with what she says and how she acts. Her words and smiles are a deliberate attempt to hide what is going on. What is her word? See you amma. It is a deliberate means അറിഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ട് ശ്രമിക്കുക. Means inside she is not sure, but outside she is showing something else. The parting words, see you soon, amma, is an assurance to the old lady whose face is ashen like a corpse. So, this parting words, see you, amma, is an assurance that is given by her in order to assure the old lady, that mother, that she will come and see her even though she has become very old and near into death. 2-3 extra questions also we will discuss. Where is the poet driving and who is with her? I think you know the answer. We know she is driving from her parents' home to Cochin Airport. Her mother has come to see her daughter off. മകളെ പറഞ്ഞയക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി, to see her off. Mother is traveling with the daughter. She is sitting beside, dozing, her mouth open. The verse driving and doze provides a good contrast, giving images of dynamic activity and passivity respectively. Here also there is a contrast. What is the contrast? Driving is a activity, dozing is a passivity. So here is a contrast between dynamic activity and passivity. What is the dynamic activity? Driving. What is a passivity? That is dozing. I hope you understood. Go to the next. What does the poet do after the security checkup? What does she notice? After the security checkup, what does the poet do? And then what does she notice? After the checkup, the poet stands a few yards away and looks at the mother. Before saying parting words, she looks at the mother. Her face looks pale and colorless like the late winter's moon. She presents the picture of aging and decay. So the mother is actually presents the picture of aging and decay. So it is a symbolic, mother is symbolic of the decay and aging. This one very important. What are the poetic devices used in this poem? Try to understand. There are two similes used in the poem. Here the use of simile is very effective. The first simile, the face has been described as ashen, like that of a corpse. The ashen face, like that of a corpse, is a simile. Again, the one pale face of the mother is compared to the late winter's moon. That is again simile. Two similes are used. The second device used in the poem. The poem excels in contrast. Lot of contrasts are used here, but we will just deal with only main contrast. Because what happens when you are studying a poem at a +2 level, we don't have to go very deep into every aspect. So that is why we are taking the main contrast. We have already discussed in the previous slide, there are more contrasts are there. The main contrast is the old dozing lady inside is contrasted with the young tree sprinting and children spilling out of the homes. So the sleeping mother inside the car is contrasted with the children spilling out of their homes and the trees. Inside, lack of activity, passivity. Outside, full of life. So two devices we have discussed here. The next slide you will see some more devices. Next imagery. She is sleeping. That means sleeping mother. Keeping mouth open. Face looked pale and faded like ash. These are all examples of imagery. Means you are able to have the mental picture of an old lady sleeping, keeping her mouth open, her face looks pale, faded like a ash. These are all examples of imagery. So this is the third device used here, imagery. Trees sprinting, merry children spilling out of their homes. There is a spelling mistake, you can see. So merry children spilling, winter's moon are the examples of symbols. Symbols and imagery. That means here trees sprinting and merry children spilling. We already mentioned earlier that also is an example of the previous slide. You see what we have said. Here is a old dozing lady inside the car is contrasted with the young children sprinting and trees sprinting and children spilling out of their homes. Here we have used as contrast. Now that is at the same time they are also imageries. Merry children spilling out of their homes and also trees printing, they are also imagery as well as symbols. Why it is symbols? Symbols that represent activity full of life. That is why it is symbolic. That's got a symbolic meaning. Then smile, smile and smile. It is an example of repetition. Trees printing, again personification. We are giving life to something which is not having life. The merry children spilling out of their homes is again, it is a metaphor. Spilling, the word has been used differently from its meaning. So it is a metaphor. So we have got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 devices used in this short poem. So I hope that this is clear with you as far as this poem's devices are concerned. So kindly go through this poem.